What role will Fellaini have this coming season? His haters out there will say he can sweep the forecourt outside Old Trafford. He can clean the toilets out. There's rumours we're going to sign Nemanja Matic from Chelsea, who would play in a midfield 2 or 3, which would jeopardise Fellaini's position there. Hopefully meaning he plays more off the front. I'm going to be honest here. When we were on the verge of signing Marouane Fellaini, I was absolutely disgusted. I didn't want him anywhere near the club. I didn't like his style of play. I didn't like the way he played the game. Granted, he gave us a lot of problems in his Everton days, but I didn't think that was the kind of football that we should be playing. And what was worse in that summer, apart from the targets we missed out on, we could have got Fellaini cheaper in the window. That deadline had passed. And then last night of the transfer window, we had to panic buy. And he was a panic buy at that time, even I'll admit that. And we had to splash out £27 million for him. And if we did get him cheaper, he probably wouldn't have got the amount of criticism he always gets. But looking at it logically, because I have the brain capacity for that, it's actually turned out to be a bargain. A panic signing on that night has turned out to be a successful signing ever since Van Gaal's first season at the club. Moyes didn't know where to play Fellaini. One of the games I think he played him in a midfield 2 was against Liverpool at Old Trafford. We lost 3-0 that day. Moyes thankfully got the sack. Louis van Gaal was installed as the new Man United manager. Fellaini admitted a couple of months ago that Van Gaal told him, "You're not going to be my first choice. You're going to be 5th, 6th, 7th choice in the pecking order." He proved Louis van Gaal completely wrong. And there were rumours that during the summer we were going to loan him out to Napoli, but then he stayed in injury, which meant that couldn't happen. Let me take you back to the Hawthorns. We were 1-0 down, struggling to get back into the match. Van Gaal looked at his bench, which player he could pick from to change it. He turned to Marouane Fellaini and he said, "Fellaini, you're on." Basically, to change the game. And within minutes of coming on, Marouane Fellaini scored his first ever goal for Manchester United. A fantastic strike right into that top corner. Goalkeeper had no chance. And that was when my opinion changed of Fellaini. He then started thinking and acting like a Manchester United player. As far as I'm concerned, he's been brilliant ever since. But I know what I'm talking about, so I can understand that. He was one of the main reasons we got top 4 in that season. He scored against Man City at Old Trafford. He scored the winner at Crystal Palace to seal top 4 from an Ashley Young cross. And they say, don't they, that Fellaini can't head the ball. Absolute nonsense. Look back at that goal and you will see he can head the ball. That's one of his main attributes. Van Gaal's second season, he didn't have a very good Premier League campaign, but nor did his teammates, for that matter, so he wasn't alone in that. But he helped us win the FA Cup. He scored the second goal at Upton Park in the quarter-final replay. He scored again in the semi-final against Everton at Wembley. And they also say, don't they, that Marouane Fellaini has no pace. Again, absolute nonsense. I think it was Lukaku who was going forward for Everton. And Fellaini showed his pace. I made the last-ditch challenge. If he didn't make that challenge, Everton would have scored. He set up Juan Mata at Wembley in the final against Crystal Palace. Mata made it 1-1. The game was remembered for Lingard's wonder goal. But for me, Fellaini's contribution was pivotal in our FA Cup run for us winning it. If you take Lingard's goal out of the equation. But every United fan remembers Jesse Lingard's goal. Van Gaal got the sack. We then appointed Mourinho. 3 years too late, as far as I was concerned. And there were rumours that Fellaini was going to leave Man United, that he probably wasn't a Mourinho type of player. But Mourinho said that he personally called Fellaini and said, "You're going nowhere. You're going to be part of my plans." I didn't hear him say that about Ander Herrera, did he? No, he didn't. And I'm sure that gave Fellaini a lot of confidence, hearing the manager, him doing that and saying it to him. He played him in that midfield three. We won the first 3 games. Then after an international break, we lost 2-1 against Man City. Fellaini got the blame for that, even though it was Paul Pogba going walkabout. We lost 3-1 to Watford at Vicarage Road. And then at Stamford Bridge, we lost 4-0. Fellaini went off at half-time. He wasn't the reason we lost that game. When I saw Jose Mourinho laughing and joking with John Terry before the match, I knew we were going to lose and we wouldn't get at least a point. You wouldn't see Roy Keane do that before a game because he would be focused mentally and physically. He would have rinsed his teammates if they did the same as Mourinho did. I said when we were going to play Liverpool at Anfield that Fellaini would start that match, and I was right. And he didn't put a foot wrong. The instructions that Mourinho gave him, he followed to the latter. He didn't make a mistake. He didn't give away fouls and free kicks and all that. He knew exactly what he was doing. And that's one of the reasons why Mourinho trusts Marouane Fellaini. The Everton game, when he came on, we were 1-0 up. And then Everton get a penalty. Now, Fellaini got a lot of stick, but it was never a penalty kick. The player dived. And I guarantee you, if that was Herrera, no, he wouldn't have got the torrent of abuse that Marouane Fellaini suffered. Marouane Fellaini is 1 game away for being praised and 1 game away for being criticised. That is Manchester United career in a nutshell. He doesn't get any leeway when other players can do whatever they like, contribute nothing, and get away with it. Yes, I'm looking at you, Anthony Martial, for example. And then in the League Cup, also the Tottenham game at Old Trafford, Marouane Fellaini was booed by the Old Trafford crowd. I wasn't surprised, to be honest. They've got form for this kind of thing. Now, I'm not saying they all did it, but some of them did. Roy Keane, I think, was spot on about the Old Trafford crowd. He called them, the Prawn Sandwich Brigade. no player deserves to be booed. Whoever booed Marouane Fellaini is a disgrace. Probably the same United fans who gave Ryan Giggs a lot of stick when he was going through a rough period. The same United fans that gave Darren Fletcher dogs abuse. Which is funny because Jesse Lingard came through the youth ranks and yet Darren Fletcher got a lot of stick from the United fans. Particularly at Old Trafford. Yet Lingard doesn't get any. Strange, that one. The same United fans that booed the team off when we lost 2-1 against Blackburn in 05-06 when Morton Gans Pedersen got 2 goals. And Paul Scholes made a mistake in that game, by the way. And we lost 3-2 against Blackburn where David De Gea made that catastrophic mistake which led to him being dropped. So nothing surprised me about them. And in the League Cup first leg against Hull City, he was off the bench and he scored the second goal. Again, pivotal to us winning the League Cup. And then we saw, didn't we, the Fellaini and Mourinho hug that took place. And that shows how good their relationship is. I don't think he has that kind of relationship with other players. And then Fellaini was awarded with a new contract. There was loads of United fans going, he didn't deserve a new contract. Again, I thought he deserved it. With his contribution. Which triggered the 1-year extension. And it was funny, wasn't it, during this summer, United fans were going, oh, we only signed a new contract so that he would leave in the summer for a bigger fee. Yeah, didn't happen, did it? Again, it shows that fans sometimes don't know what they're talking about. And then he scored the second goal in the Europa League semi-final, second leg. Which again, virtually put us into the final. And won it for us. Again, another contribution from Marouane Fellaini that went unnoticed. And then in the final, some were saying, oh, he shouldn't play. But he played and he was magnificent. For me, he was our man of the match. He didn't put a foot wrong. Once again. So he can be disciplined when he wants to be. I don't think Mourinho's helping him by putting him in a position that he's unfamiliar with. Van Gaal knew exactly how to use Marouane Fellaini to his strengths. And there's an argument that Mourinho is using him to his weaknesses. And if that continues, then we're not going to get the best out of him. So he needs to change his rotor, if you like, of where Fellaini should play. And against Real Madrid in the pre-season friendly, he missed a sitter. And there was loads of vines going around, or whatever you call them, which was around social media. And you know what? I could easily, right, dig out Ander Herrera's miss against Man City in the Manchester derby. I could also show the disgusting challenge he made on Joe Allen last season. And I could also show you the missed sitter he missed against Everton to make it 2-0, and that would have sealed the game. But that doesn't happen though, does it? For reasons that baffle me. That's the haters for you. Yeah. So that's it really. Thanks for watching. I think the role he'll have, I hope he starts in his national position, or I hope that